Hello, I'm Liselle Sambury. I'm a traditionally published author, and welcome to this vlog. It's going to be a bit of a mismatch all over the place vlog in a way, because I'm combining two separate sections of footage, but I thought these would go together really well, and hopefully it will be enjoyable to watch. So the way this vlog is going to go / what it's going to show is I went to Toronto to do an in-person event at the Sherway Gardens Indigo location there. I did my very first in-person author event and signing, and so that is part of the video. I also was on The Social, so that was, it was TV. That was my first time being on TV in which I went to like a studio. The last time I was on CTV Northern Ontario, and the guy just like came to my house and shot me in my office, and so it felt a little bit different than like going into a studio and like getting a little pass and like having my makeup done and like meeting people I've like seen on TV like when I was like little and stuff like that. So that was wild. So you're gonna see that, and then also I'm gonna be documenting the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of my release week for the release of Blood Like Fate, which is my second book and the final book in the Blood Like duology. So it's a sequel to Blood Like Magic. And I'm going to share those 3 days. First, because on Monday I'm doing a lot of stuff. And so I figured that would be kind of interesting to look at. And then Tuesday and Wednesday I have events both those days, and Tuesday of course is the launch of Blood Like Magic, so I wanted to share that as well. So they're all gonna be one big video. I do not know how it's gonna come together in terms of things like B-roll and like being a kind of typical sort of vlog, but we will see. So that is what you are going to see very soon, and yeah. Here, I just wanted to share some of the footage of us going around to all the different independent bookstores where I was signing stock for Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate, and so that's what you're seeing here. I just wanted to show you inside because these stores are absolutely beautiful, and I had so much fun going to them and meeting the booksellers, and just kind of getting to introduce myself and to also check out their locations. So I thought this was really fun, and I signed stock at a bunch of them. In the description below I'll make note of the ones where I signed stock at in case you're interested. But yeah, that's what this footage is.
Sitting in your room, working on my first record. Skip to the present, and I still haven't released it. But it's okay, 'cause the new songs are way better. That's what it feels like, haven't been so happy ever.
And yeah, so tonight is going to be the Sherway Gardens Tik Tok / Indigo Book Club event, which I'm very excited for. It's going to be my very first in-person event. And I asked to have it at the Sherway Gardens Indigo because that's my childhood Indigo. Actually, it used to be a Chapters across the street. And so that was my childhood bookstore, but then it became an Indigo, and then they moved it from across the street into the mall. into Sherway Gardens. And so that is where it is now. So I'm calling it my childhood Indigo because it's still the same one. It just kind of swapped up locations. So very excited to be doing the event there. And yeah, just like looking forward to it. So right now I'm going to hang out for a bit, maybe relax because I did get up really early in the morning. And then I'm going to meet a friend for lunch, and then I'll come back and like get ready for the event, and then we'll be taking off to that. Okay, the lighting here is a little bit all over the place, but I figured I would open this package since it's addressed to me and all. It says it's no sorrel, but I'm hoping this will brew to be a similar color. If not, hopefully it's delicious. So that's some just tea. I hope that's focusing. And it's like a purple rain tea. Ooh, very low caffeine. I wonder what's in it. Purple super leaf, antioxidant boost, garden to cup freshness, and yeah. Oh, there are the ingredients at the bottom. Kenyan purple tea, hibiscus, apple pieces, rose hips, natural passion fruit flavor. Ooh, I'm very excited to try this. This is so sweet. Anyway, and then there's a big box here. Very curious. And so it says, so I could get you flowers that you could take home and they'll never wilt. I kind of have a feeling that I know what this is going to be, but there's another card in here. I'm gonna open up. This is so sweet. Oh, that's so nice. It's like a little letter from them saying they're so excited to celebrate Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate from the whole Simon & Schuster Canada team. Oh, that's very, very nice. That's super sweet. I love that. That's so nice. And again, I think I know what this is, but I'm gonna see how I can get it open. Okay, I got it open. I found a pen, and that's so nice. I can like see it. It is the Lego Botanical Flowers set. And it's a big one too. Okay, hold on. There you go. I hope the light's not shining too badly so you can see it. This is so nice. I love this. Of course, I love Lego. I love Lego. So I'm so excited to build this. This is so sweet. That's so nice. I'm gonna have to say thank you to my publicist when I see them again later on tonight. But that's so nice. And to the whole team too. Like, I'm really grateful and like humbled to be able to do this and to have my publisher like bring me out here to do this event and like support me so much. Like, it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. I think as an author, it's always really nice to feel like your publisher cares about your work, which I really do feel. And like, my teams are amazing, and the Canadian team is wonderful, and very, very excited about this. I would give a quick update. I'm in the bathroom because it truly does have the best lighting in this room here. But I just wanted to give an update while I was in full makeup before I take it off so that I can live the rest of my day. But just got back from filming The Social. So this is a TV talk show in Canada. It's like quite popular over here. I was gonna say down here, but like we're quite north. So over here. And it was a really fun experience. Like, that was my first time doing like a TV segment that was, for one, that was live, and for two, that was like very, you know, produced, and like they had producers and like, you know, people that were running the set and like makeup and things like that. So it was really wonderful. The hosts were really, really nice. Lainey and Mel and Cynthia, they were all super wonderful and really welcoming and really helpful in the segment, because it is supposed to be like a conversation. I'll put a link below and like you may still be able to watch it, but it was really like a conversation, and I really appreciated that they like made room for me to like come in and say things and like ask for my opinion, so that I didn't too much have to kind of like try and figure out where to jump in. And I had a live studio audience, so that was really cool. Just a really amazing experience. Not something I'd ever thought I was gonna, you know, be doing or would have imagined, but it was really, really wonderful. Also, they gave copies of Blood Like Magic to everyone in the audience, which is fantastic. So very excited about that also. And yeah, it was just like a really great experience and really fun. So that was what we did today. Right now, I'm just kind of gonna get ready to leave the hotel, and we're gonna go around and do some more signings. But while I'm here in the updating phase, I thought I would talk a bit about my launch. I did post a video that I had taken on TikTok and on Instagram. I'll link it below. A video I took right after the launch. I just kind of wanted to like do like a little thank you video, and I was like being really cute, and then I like ended up crying. Like I was like crying, and I think it was just like I realized I was so happy to have gotten to do that, to like have that book event, you know. And I know it's like, because the pandemic is still happening, so I know it's a privilege to feel comfortable enough, and also to feel like you will be safe enough to go ahead and like have an in-person event. So I know that's certainly a privilege. I know there are authors who cannot do that. I've been dreaming of having an in-person event and a signing as long and really as I've been dreaming of being an author. And you know, when Blood Like Magic came out, I was in lockdown. Where I was living was in lockdown, and I couldn't even go to the bookstore to see my book. And I've been doing all these wonderful virtual events, which has been really wonderful. But as people have been doing kind of in-person events, I've been really like, oh, I hope I get to like do one of those one day. And so when Indigo announced that Blood Like Magic was the July pick for the TikTok Indigo Book Club, and then I got this opportunity to do this book launch, and I asked if it could be at my childhood Indigo, which is the Sherway Gardens location. And it was just kind of realizing that I had just done an event at an Indigo that I loved, where I would buy all of my books, and I had like dreamed of like maybe one day I could have a book on shelves there, and to like have this, you know, event for my books, and to see them on the big shelves, and like all the amazing people that came out to support the book, and like to be part of that event, and people that were watching online. And it was really just like, I just like felt really emotional about it, and they were fully like happy tears. I was just overcome, I guess, with feeling really grateful. Like this is a sort of like author dream stuff that I, you know, like my publisher flying me down and putting me up in this wonderful hotel, and like getting to drive to all these indies and bookstores, and like getting to be on TV, and like all of these things that to me very much felt like dreams. And now I'm doing them. And it was just like overwhelmed with emotion, and just like cried, and like I really tried to like cut up the clip so it wasn't just me like sobbing, but like after I finished I was like sobbing, just because, yeah, I was just really, really happy and really, really grateful. And I remember thinking like, you know, like I'm never going to forget that or forget that feeling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, ew, it's like happening again. So I won't belabor the point, but it was just, you know, it was really, really amazing. And this has been such a fantastic experience. So now I'm going to de-makeup because I can't wear a full face just casually. I'm going to change out of this dress. I will show you in the mirror in a second. I'm going to change out of the whole ensemble, and yeah, then we're going to go sign books.
backyard of your old farm in the summer. Stayed there for 3 weeks where we learned to love each other. Wrote you letters, sent a message to you that day. Skip to the present, haven't been so happy ever.
I am just setting up to film a TikTok right now. I'm gonna be filming videos all day, essentially, so I want to get a TikTok filmed that I'm gonna post tomorrow on launch day. I have another video to film for something secret that will be announced in September. I have to film 2 YouTube videos because I'm trying to batch film them because I took this week off for my release week, so I figured I may as well use some of that time to get some videos done, because next week I'm gonna be right back to writing grind. I gotta work on 2 projects at once, so trying to kind of maximize this time. Most of this time is going to be like relaxing time / for launch time, because I do need that break after kind of working continuously for a bit. So I will be taking a break, do not be concerned, but I'm just trying to get some of this stuff done because that TikTok I want to do on launch. I also have to take a picture for Instagram with my books because my final copies for Blood Like Fate came in, so I have to do that. I was going to recycle a picture because I wasn't sure if my final copies would come in on time, but they are here on time, so I'm going to take that picture as well. And then is there anything else that I have to do today? I think that's it. So it's mostly just like video filming today, just for stuff for launch. So yeah, that's what I've got done. Hey, so I am finished with all that stuff I had to get done, all the filming things, which is good. And yeah, now I'm just kind of like, I guess, what do I do with my time now that I've filmed everything? I'm probably going to edit the videos. That's exactly what I'm going to do with my time. This year for launch, I'm going to post a static photo. So I took a photo of myself with my books. I'm going to post that. I know for Blood Like Magic, I did a video. But I just I don't know. I didn't have the bandwidth this time. I just didn't have the bandwidth to make a video. I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm just gonna post a photo. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah. And so the plan for tomorrow is to post all my stuff, to chill out and listen to my audiobook, to go to the bookstore hopefully and sign some copies, pick up my cake, my Blood Like Fate themed cake that I'm having made, maybe take some pictures of the book with the cake and me with the book and the cake, and then hang out, have dinner. I still haven't decided what I want for my special celebratory dinner. And then at 7 o'clock, I have a Instagram Live with Indigo, which was planned actually a while ago, but then dates needed to be changed for availability of the person I'm chatting with. And it ended up falling right on release day. So now it's basically the launch event, the Canadian launch event. And then on Wednesday, I have my US launch event with JL, in conversation with her, and hosted by Brave and Kind Books in association or partnership with Charis Books. So yeah, it's going to be good. And yeah, that's kind of the plan for the whole day. It feels very unreal that the book is coming out. I feel like in the beginning of the year, I was so impatient, and I was like pretty emo about the book coming out in August, because I was like, oh, now it's so much farther away. My first book came out in June. And then I just got I had too much work. I had all this work to do, and I had no time to be impatient anymore. So then time just flew by. I was like, I don't have time for that, like Kingston trip, and then all the writing I've been doing and the projects I've been having going on and all of that, and I just like didn't have room to be impatient about stuff. And so now it just feels like it's flown by, and suddenly it's here. Suddenly it's tomorrow. And yeah, it continues to feel very, very unreal. But yeah, it's just a wild time. It's a wild time. It's also weird because when I did the Indigo event, we were selling Blood Like Fate. And so in some ways it felt like I had launched it. And then now I'm launching it again. But it wasn't actually like out, but it still felt like a launch. And then I went and I signed copies of it at bookstores, so then it like weirdly felt like I had launched it then, and now it feels like I'm launching it again. And maybe that's why it feels a little bit unreal, but I'm very excited. People have been tagging me and getting their copies, which I really appreciated. And I'm just really excited. You know, I have a little mood tracker that I use to track how I feel about each project throughout the year, and I honestly spent a good chunk of the year being really emo about Blood Like Fate, because it's a sequel, and it just feels like people care less about sequels. And, you know, I think I was really sad just thinking that people didn't care about my sequel, that I had worked so hard on and that I was really proud of and I thought was really good, and it felt like nobody cared. Which of course people cared. My agent and my editor and the publisher, people very clearly cared, and fans of the first book. It was just like I was getting emo about it. I was pre-upset. But yeah, I've really calmed down off of all of that, so that's been great. And yeah, now I'm just like, I'm really excited for the book to be out. And I'm really looking forward to people getting a chance to read it. And I think, you know, when I think about Blood Like Magic, you know, a lot of the big things that happened and the attention that was brought to Blood Like Magic, a lot of that happened after it was published, not before. So I also, you know, pull back on that pressure for my second book. But yeah, I'm very excited about bringing it into the world and having people get to read it. And yeah, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It still doesn't feel like it will be a real, it still doesn't feel like a real day. But it is a real day. So yeah, I guess I'll see you then.
Sitting in your room, working on my first record. Skip to the present, and I still haven't released it. But it's okay, 'cause the new songs are way better. That's what it feels like, haven't been so happy ever.
Hello! Okay, I'm not in front of my bookshelves because I already had my camera set up here. So I figured I'd recap the last few days. So Tuesday, my book came out, Blood Like Fate came out, yay! Very exciting, very happy to have had it out and to like have 2 books out in the world, which is wild, very wild. So yeah, I hung out. I like took some pictures and stuff because I picked up my cake, and so I took some pictures of the book with the cake, and I think that was the only thing I did on Tuesday. I took the pictures of the book with the cake, and yeah, just kind of hung around and hung out. I listened to my audiobook. Janice Abbott Pratt once again narrated the Blood Like Fate audiobook, did a wonderful job. It's just so fun for me as an author to listen to my story narrated in that way and really perform, because she does different voices and stuff, and like that was really fun to hear. I really enjoyed that. And like some of the higher tension moments that are like a little bit more, you know, dramatic and scary, like the way that she did the voices, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it Like, it really got your heart racing. I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of the audiobook. I'm very happy to have had that. So I listened to a bunch of that. I didn't listen to all of it because, again, I can't read my book that much, but I listened to a good chunk, and that was really wonderful too. And I just kind of tried to relax, and then I did an Instagram live with Indigo, with Dyla, that's who I talked to, who we were talking about, like, how I talked to her. We had done an Instagram live for Blood Like Magic, and now we were doing this Instagram live for Blood Like Fate. And so hopefully we'll see for Delicious Monsters we can do it again. I've had wonderful conversations with her. It was really a great live. Yeah, and then Wednesday came around. Wednesday I had two things I was doing. So earlier in the day, sort of mid-afternoon, I had done an in conversation about video promotion for authors with the Writers Union of Canada. So I had done that. That was more of like a closed workshop sort of thing, but I asked for it to be more of a Q&A, more in conversation. I just found, for me personally, I don't really like doing like one, like, me to an audience speeches, and I don't like doing me to an audience workshops. I have just found that, like, I find it to be really stressful. I feel like it's like too much focus on me, and I feel like panicked, and then I have to prepare, and then I'm like, am I preparing right? And so I asked for it to be an in conversation, which they wonderfully accommodated. So we got to do that, and that was really great. And then in the evening, I had my US launch event, hosted by Brave and Kind Books, in partnership with Charis Books, and JL was moderating that for me. We did end up having a lot of technical difficulties. I have no idea. Like, the universe was against us that night, truly just against us. So we had a lot of technical difficulties, but what little me and JL could talk was really wonderful. She had like such amazing questions. She's a wonderful, wonderful author. Copy. There it is. Wings of Ebony. Check out Wings of Ebony, and the sequel to Wings of Ebony, Ashes of Gold. And then she's also got a middle grade coming out, and then recently announced a YA, which is like a dark, like a Bridgerton style dark academia, which I'm super excited about. Like, that's 100% up my alley. So she was wonderful, and I was really grateful for her to doing that event with me, because I find it so stressful. I find it really stressful to ask authors to do events, which my publicist coordinated it this time, but still I do find it stressful. So that was great. So yeah, I had a really good launch days, 2 launch days together. It didn't end up being as restful as I thought it would be, because I was doing a lot more social media things than I expected to do, and I had to do a bunch of website updates and things like that. But I'm telling myself that this afternoon and everything past, I'm like, it's gonna be more chill vibes. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna relax more. So I will try and actually hold myself to that, because I have a lot of stuff to do next week. I have a lot of stuff to do next week. Just some things came up, and I thought I was going to be working on 2 projects, and I actually got to work on 3 projects for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I need to enjoy my chill out time while I have it. So I will be trying to do that more. And then today, which is Thursday, Thursday? Yes, it is Thursday. Today, I was able to announce that the secret middle grade project I've been working on is actually a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe book series. So Tales of Eternia book series. I'm writing the 3rd book in the series. The first 2 books are written by Gregory Moan, and I am writing the 3rd one, which is the perspective of Tila, who is a young black hand witch / sorceress. I'm really excited about bringing her story to life and sharing it with everyone. This is my first middle grade project, or published middle grade project, or to be published middle grade project as well. So very excited about that. And I'm gonna have a video coming out in the next couple of weeks, where I'm going to talk about how I got my 3rd and 4th book deal. The 3rd book deal being the one for the All These Sunken Souls anthology, and the 4th one being this He-Man book deal, so that I can tell you all the nitty gritty and details about how all of this ended up happening. So look forward to that coming up But for now, yeah, I had a really good launch. I had a really good time in Toronto, and so I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!